This is Life Lessons Lounge, and I'm Igina Gerazi. Here, we explore diverse life stories and the wisdom they hold. Let's delve into the stories that shape us, teach us, and connect us all. Thank you very, very much for being here, and thank you for being my first guests. And I'm really looking forward to hear your story and to share the story with the world.
Thanks to you, Michaela.
Thank you very much, Gemma. It's a pleasure to be here.
Me too. So just a very short introduction. Agnieszka and David, a mix of Polish and Spanish energy, which are currently based in Germany, Mainz, right? And besides being passionate about each other, big fans of Formula One and also tango.
All
So,
right.
All right, that,
Confirmed.
yes, we can confirm. Yes.
good. So when did you actually start tango?
Tango was when we met. It was our first date.
Yes.
Seriously,
Our
first
first
date.
date. Yes, yes, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Our story started with tango when David came to Switzerland, Zurich, where I was based. And actually, I had this tango workshop because I'm passionate about dancing. And at that time, I started tango workshop. And I said to him, I booked this, and if you want, you can come and watch or whatever. If not, we then meet afterwards.
I think it was only watching. I think it was only watching. But nevertheless.
But nevertheless, then he joined, and actually, it was very special because I'm like, oh my God, this man, he doesn't know me. He joins the tango workshop with me, and since he didn't have the like dancing shoes or sports shoes, and it was first of 2nd of April,
Yes.
2nd of April. Then he had to dance in his socks, and that was super funny.
It was definitely an icebreaker, I would say. It was, yeah, it was an interesting moment.
Yes.
Interesting moment. So, yeah.
Tango really was part of our story from the beginning, and then we continued, and we continue also here. From time to time, we go for tango classes.
David, let me tell you how courageous of you actually to go for tango, for something that you haven't tried before.
Yeah, well, I had no chance. So it was, okay, you better go because, yeah, you have more to lose than to, I mean, I could lose a lot of things. So I had to, it was a no-brainer. Just
Oh,
forget about everything.
how lovely.
Yeah, it
So
was.
what was the first impression of each other?
So our story also started online, as you know, we use the new technology to meet each other.
Yeah.
And David had this photo, as he's passionate about the cars and the race. He had the photo of the shoes that are a bit of sports racing shoes, and I'm like, who is this man who puts the red shoes in his profile? Like that must be something interesting. And then we connected, and so my first impression in a way was curiosity about who is this man. And then when we met face to face, when David came on 1st of April, platform 11 in Zurich train station with a bottle of wine. I'm like, oh my God, now I'm even more curious because I have never received a bottle of wine at the first date. No, it was flowers or, just a meeting, going for a coffee, but a bottle of wine was quite original. So I thought, like, okay, we start well.
I think, yeah, it was normally you follow the stars, you follow the wind. In this case, yeah, following red shoes was a bit um, out of the normal area, I would say. And for me, yeah, obviously, she's a beautiful woman. So yeah, that was the first thing that you look at. But when I first saw her, I confirmed that first, and then yeah, I found in her such a delicate person and elegance and it is coming from very deep. It's not just from the outer side, and this is something you can perceive when you meet her. And that was the impression about her from my side.
Yes. Well, I know Aga for a very long time, and definitely I can confirm all that. She's so beautiful inside out.
Now I'm blushing completely. Thank you so much.
No, no, take it.
Yeah.
Take it. But I
And I
think
think, what I wanted to add is that really there was something magic about that meeting, because we connected online, and I was having that, my intuition was saying me this is something special, and also I was like, no, this is too good to be true. This guy is not real.
Now I'm blushing. Huh?
And yeah,
oh my God.
so yeah.
What did that make for you when you have these feelings of, oh, this guy is not real? So what were your behaviors? Were you testing him? Were you like really on guard? Or so what was going on with you?
Oh, no, not really. It was really, maybe, I think it was also where I was in that time in my space, very well with myself, light-hearted, like very at ease, and that's why I think also this flow between us was so natural, because I just felt so natural with David from the beginning, and it was like meeting someone who is open-minded, who, well, we both like to talk, obviously, but we also both like to listen, and that was something that really he was interested, curious in getting to know who I am, what do I like, what I dislike, and there was nothing like testing, or nothing like I felt fear. It was more from the space of, yeah, I want to get to know him. I want to explore, and then yeah, it was just continuing on that wave.
Yeah, I think from the, let's say, online first met, we found a way very naturally to introduce ourselves into each other's life by common things, or okay, I am here at the moment, so I'm sending you this picture, but it was really spontaneous. So a picture in the middle of the street, or something like it wasn't that on our day to day, and nothing too much prepared. So I combine her for sure for the pictures, but not really preparing the perfect scenario or something like this. And yeah, so it was becoming quite natural to get introduced into each other's. So yeah, it was easy to to contact and to connect. I think. Yeah.
Sincerity, that honesty in expressing each other, and connecting at the level of our values. So David knows what's important for me, I know what's important for him, and we are, I think, very similar and respecting each other's values. So that was, I think, the winning cards to go from the very first stage to next steps that were kind of life changing for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. It can actually be seen and felt, like the honesty and the authenticity and the integrity that you're holding at the beginning. And it feels like there's been a lot of safety since the very first moments when you met each other. And I think that's really crucial, especially
Yeah.
when you get to know a person for the first time.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yes.
It's really uh, quite a strong pillar that we have between us, and yeah, it's very important to continue walking and doing our paths, definitely.
I think the strength that we have, that whenever we have something that is bothering us, we try to address even small things, not to be very like, pointing out, but to understand also from where does it come, because then those small things grow throughout the time, and then it explodes, right? So at least our approach is to share, and David is very good in that, also asking me like in a fun way. He's also having a very good sense of humor, so we are having a
That's a
lot of
winning card.
fun. Yeah, that's another thing I believe in our relationship. A lot of fun, a lot of laughter together, and distance also to certain things in life, and making a bit of fun of that as well. And sometimes I'm irritated or I'm impatient more than David. And David is like saying something or doing something, and I'm like, everything disappears in 1 second.
Yeah.
What can I say? Think. What can I say? There's a lot of dancing in socks at home, and so the floor
Oh,
should be
no.
quite clean.
That's really, really lovely. Really lovely. It can be felt, the love. And also, I think what you're pointing out is this continuous communication. I think that's a strong pillar when it comes to relationships. Like, also, even the small, like, you have to sweat the small stuff, actually, because otherwise, as you said, Aga, they just build and build. So, one lesson learned for this podcast, which is amazing. And I know that at the beginning, you were actually living in different countries. So
Yes,
how
true.
did you make that happen? How did you, also the connection, and especially at the beginning when you want to see each other a lot. So how was that?
I think it was also a bit, well, we can say magical, let's say, because we were not supposed to see each other in online, but it was, I think, it's a collection of uh, causal things, or
I'm calling it meaningful
meaningful
coincidences.
coincidences. Yes.
That's
So I got. She was living in Switzerland. I was living in Germany. But at one point, I went for skiing, and it was much closer to Switzerland. And then the online circles cross, and then from that moment we connected, and then it was I think at the beginning it was like, okay, I'm gonna go to see you, and then okay, yeah. Uh, I remember, I think it was your phrase, uh, when there is a will,
Wait.
there's
there
a
is a
way.
way, and the train was our way at the beginning. And I was very, very nervous that even being passionate about cars, I went by train to Switzerland. And yes, and I think at the beginning, going up and down was our way of living. That's what we both loved that, and it was also part of the journey.
Yeah, and we
And
did
yeah,
it. So basically, from the 1st of April that you arrived on platform 11.
yeah.
One, one, one.
One. Exactly.
1-1.
And yeah, then I think it was almost every weekend that we were spending with each other, like either in Switzerland or in Frankfurt, where David was living at the time, or in some other places that we also were meeting, like in the middle of the.
Tango in Freiburg, actually.
Exactly. Yeah. So we met in Freiburg, for example, and we booked a tango, or David made me a surprise and booked a tango class. So very
Oh, you were
creative.
paying back.
Yes, yes, we were very creative because we simply wanted to get to know each other and to be together. But of course, so I personally was not in too long distance relationship, because in the past I had such relationship and for me it didn't work. So for me that was clear that if we want to be together, we need to find a way at some point, right? Because at the beginning it's also fun. Every weekend is a celebration, preparation. You do,
Excitement.
together. Exactly. Yes. Yes. And then of course you want to also get to know the person in the real everyday routine life situations, right? So we had also some of the testing because COVID was around, and I got COVID, and David got COVID as well. So that time where we couldn't really meet each other was challenging.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a bit of testing us as well by life. But I think it was very intense also. So we are together since less than 2 years, but the intensity of how often we were meeting, how much time we spent together,
Yeah.
there was not even one day that David was not contacting me while we were not in the same place. So that was very, very extraordinary for me.
Well, I could not let you escape. So
And vice versa. And then, yeah, at the end, we found the way to when we decided, yes, we want to live together. Then we were exploring what are the possibilities, of course, related to our preferences and our lifestyle and work related, so that we tried to find the kind of win-win solution where we don't need to compromise too much, and it feels right.
yeah.
So yeah.
So
Yeah,
when
definitely.
actually was that moment when you realized that, this is someone special? And as you both said, I want to keep her and him. So when was that moment? Was it since the beginning, or was it like a specific moment when you were dating?
For me, I think everything came very in a very natural way. I didn't see like I could not relate a specific moment. It was the way of living and the way of feeling uh, the time with her, and everything got like addictive, no? Let's say to know about each other, to spend time together. So it was always ramping up the need to be together.
Mm.
So it became so natural because I had the feeling that I knew her for a long time
Mm.
because I have a lot of freedom to talk with her about about everything, and also yeah, I don't know, I think that was for me it was building on from a very high level from since the very beginning.
Mm.
And yeah, I don't know, the her passion about dancing and such caring person, such a good listener and talker, and a lot of fun. So those all of those things, I think I was acknowledging them since the very beginning. So yeah, it was yeah, maybe that was that was at the beginning, that point that since the moment we saw each other, I think yeah, I'm talking now from my side. I could feel that, no? So yeah, but
Yeah, I think for me it's very similar, that it was very natural way of how we unfolded our path as a couple. And there were different small special moments, I would say, like, that made me think that's something that I would like to continue and deepen and yeah, be with David for longer. And especially I think those moments where we were a bit tested by life and we couldn't be together, and seeing how he cares about me, even not physically being there, but I could feel his presence and care, and yeah, all that little things that he was doing every day. All was really special for me. Yeah.
I'm noticing a lot the little things, how much important have been actually also in this relationship, and in general they're quite important. And I want to step a little bit at the thing that you said about those tests of life, right? So how did you handle them? How did you grow from them? How did you grow out of them?
Mm. Yeah. tests, I'm a bit more now, yeah, pausing, because those there were recently also some moments where David's health was in danger, and for me that was difficult, and I was impressed how he handled, how much resilience he has. And even, coming back from hospital, he was supporting me because I was low of like mood, because at the same time I was doing the final move from Switzerland in October because of my job. So it was a lot of accumulation of different things, practicalities. Before my health was a bit of in also yeah.
On spotlight.
Spotlight, thank you. And yeah, so accumulation of things, and then how we supported each other in that situation was really something that I find unique. And I think when you truly love each other, that's how it looks, that you are there for each other, and you uplift the other person, and you don't have to sometimes even say anything. You are just there. You don't ask. So David was really good in that.
I said I was the patient, so I could observe. So for me, it was not a test; it was a confirmation. Well, a confirmation test. No, well, I didn't need it, but anyways, I could. I had the intuition that she she is a wonderful woman, very very caring, and that is what happened. And I know it was very very challenging for her this time, because yeah, it was a lot of stress. You are in a different country. You have the difficulties of the language, and you really need things, at least in some areas, to go really really smooth. And it was quite a bumpy road sometimes, but it's something natural when you are outside of your country and you are new in a different place. It was especially for her because I was living in Germany here for already 5 years. So, but yeah, this was probably one of the tests that we have to overcome. Yeah, I think it went really well. I think in the end.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. And from these moments, you realize your relationship gets stronger when it goes like that, right? And like we really also the fact that we talk a lot with each other, and that communication, right? And acknowledging how the other person feels and respecting that, not saying like, oh yeah, you exaggerate, and diminishing that state. So it's really being there, and supporting the other, whatever happens. And yeah, I think that was our way of going out. And again, a lot of also humor that David brings, more than me probably, in our relationship. So
I think it's quite equal. I think it's
Even-
quite equal.
in
Don't be
the-
shy.
in the hospital, when he had, his the surgery, and he just didn't lose his sense of humor, and I find it so amazing that you can do that in different situations, and then life becomes so much lighter. It's just you don't have to stress and be heavy about everything.
Yeah.
I think it is also interesting how you can also recover from a health problem when you are with somebody that boosts your energy. And also everything was much easier for me because I was covered in all the areas I needed to be covered. And 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 then it's like I cannot wait to be healthy again, just because I want to keep enjoying life together and go out for tango lessons or to put a shelf on the wall or whatever. But continue enjoying life together and get to the normal path as soon as possible. You have a great motivation as well. So that is definitely helping. And yeah, I was very lucky, because if I've been having the same problem alone, I'm pretty sure it will have taken maybe 2 or 3 months more to recover, and with a pretty bad mood. I'm 100% sure. And yeah, the fact to be with her, yeah, changed the focus to light from this, let's say, darkness or grayness. Yeah, that some moments will happen. It will happen again, I'm sure, because it's the nature of life. But it's, yeah, I think it's yeah, a test that
We overcame.
yeah, we are. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. But I think what comes out, what I can hear from that story, first a lot of love. Like it really shows how much you love each other and how united and connected and how supported you both are for each other. And I feel also there is so much of a deep understanding of where one is, because thinking you're both foreigners in a foreign country, right? And yes, David, you have been before in Germany, and Aga joined you, and yes, different language, being there, foreigners. And I think there is this deeper understanding of this kind of situation, I feel. Like, especially when you've been a self foreigner and you know what people go through when moved to a country. Because I've had also a relationship where one was local and I was a foreigner. And I don't think there is this deep understanding of what actually really goes all the emotions and all the uncertainties and having no clues where to go, where things happen. So I love witnessing that for you too. That really there is that deep understanding and that deep support and that deep love. So thank you for really showing that.
Yeah, thanks, Migana, for mentioning that, because I believe that's also special about us. And as much as I had before experience living in other countries, and David as well, so it was not our first time to do such big change. But I believe any change, even the one you really want and is beautiful, like, you know, living together, creating new place to live together and deepening our relationship, it takes energy and effort. And also life brings situations of, just practical things to solve. And
Yeah.
and I think having someone that really understands that complexity also, is really important. And for us, that worked really well. Um, and we were also always like finding our way to solve things.
Yes.
Be it car registration or the move of things from one apartment to another.
All the logistics,
All the
the
logistics.
fun part.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
but
Yes.
but that takes me to another question, which I'm very curious about. Like in all this, right? Like, have you had to make any compromises with each other?
Mm. So personally, I'm not a big fan also of the even word compromise, because
Me
it
neither.
has a bit of negative connotation. Whereas I think you can have, uh, let's call it compromise for the sake of simplicity, but the situation when you find solution that feels right for both,
Exactly.
and it's not a sacrifice, but you do things because you have behind the kind of higher scope, higher purpose of what you are doing. So in my case, moving from Switzerland, where I had a very beautiful life, professional, security, and I enjoyed the circle of friends and so on, moving to Germany with new also professional opportunities, where I found my way. Luckily, we are really, yeah, I think in a very good professional
Space.
space. Yeah, thank you. Then for me, it didn't feel like compromise that I'm moving. It felt like excitement, and we are building something great together. And I'm doing this because we agreed to that and we found this way that is the best for both of us. So I would say in every situation you can find such um, win-win, I would say, solution, right? So it feels just right.
Yeah, sure. Compromises are, I don't know, by maybe are overcome again, using this word, by the nature of being together. Yeah, I live maybe slightly different now, but for the better, because yeah, was usually a bit untidy at home, and now I have, yeah, and even I can think better now. So that is a small compromise. But it was also for the good, no, uh, and yeah, so I think not as I said, not really. I haven't found any that I had to make any sacrifice, because my life has been better since I'm with her, and also being together. So
I'm thinking.
so far, no. I think so far, no.
I was thinking, about one that we were, or many times we are talking about it, like our habits, right? So I'm, um, so before I met David, I had quite a routine, like waking up very early morning, doing my kind of rituals, yoga, meditation that I like, and then of course going a bit earlier to bed, meaning 11ish in the evening, right? And I would eat something probably around 7ish. And David is Spanish and his habits are slightly different. So it happens that now we may even eat around 10ish in the evening.
Yeah,
And
eventually.
my waking up is not as early as it was, because then we go to bed later. However, David is very good also in that, respecting what is my preference, and he adjusted a bit, so it's not anymore going to bed at 1 or 2 as he used to before, probably.
If Netflix allows that.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think in that part, in those daily, again, routines, habits, small things that you had before, and now when you meet someone with different habits, and yeah, it's a bit adjusting so that you respect the other person preferences, and it still feels okay, and yeah, you are not there just, yeah, complaining, oh, you do this or that. It's just, yeah, okay, this is how he was living before, and this is how I was living before, but now it's our space, so how do we adjust that to our space, right?
I love that. It's really, you're creating something yours, and it feels very much like this thing of, despite of where we come from, and I know that you're both from different countries and you have also lived in very different countries, so it's, you're also not living in your original country, so that also brings a lot in the equation as well.
Mhm.
I love that you're really being honest to yourselves, and what is ours, what is us, what is important to us. That really shines through when you're talking.
Yeah, and that's for me personally very important, because one of my core values is freedom. And that freedom in the relationship that I feel with David is amazing, because I feel, I don't have to pretend I'm a different person and do these sacrifices. I can talk freely, and he asks me also what how I feel about it, what do I need, and I try also the same, so that, yeah, we feel comfortable, and it is finding that space, having our space. So yeah, going out with I'm going out with my friends, the David is going out with his friends, we have common friends as well, so creating from that space.
Yeah, and also I think related to compromises is kind of yeah, as you mentioned, is not really. It's a lot about the respect and listening really to each other, no? Because I know how she loves dancing, so I'm mega happy when when I see her dancing or when she wants to practice or do um, her yoga, and I also do not feel strange about my passion about cars. So I like everything that is related with the automotive world, and I feel welcomed by her when I talk about this, and I don't feel like I cannot do this or that. She is actually encouraging me to go further with my passion, and I try to do the same with her, even if it is dancing, coaching, anything that she wants to achieve or to do in life. I think I try to also encourage her. So, and at this moment, I think if any of us would like to do bungee jumping, well, maybe we will be waiting each other until
Yes,
the
do
other
it.
finishes. But I don't think I will. Any of us will have a no. You cannot do this because I don't like it, or
Yeah.
yeah, stop doing this or that because it's weird or it's different or whatever. So I think there is a space of respect, and I think there is a very good empathy about what the passion is interpreted in life. Passion in love, in the passion in the professional side, or in any aspect of the life. And I think that is a, I think it, yeah, I think we can say it's we do a good match in that.
I think we are, big fans of each other. So
I can
that's
see that.
really our winning card. And we also, of course, share some passions.
Yeah.
So when we met, we found out that we both love Formula One. While
So you
David
did
likes
know that.
everything about it, I like more the backstage of that, that part of teamwork, collaboration, preparation, and then, yes, the race is exciting. In fact, last year we were in Monaco to see the Formula One race, and this year we go to Belgium. So it became a family tradition now. We are creating our traditions.
Yeah, definitely,
I
definitely.
think that's really beautiful to see, like the spaciousness and the freedom in terms of, like being yourself in the relationship, like really that there is space for that and it's welcomed and it's encouraged. What is love at the end of the day, right? Really accepting the other person for who they are and encouraging to be more themselves. Because usually what happens, there might be also a lot of insecurities that we put onto each other, right? And it seems like you're also very much in groundness or in union with yourself, and then you come to raise each other up, which is beautiful to witness. So again, thank you for that, because I'm really learning. Which is
That was, Mikena, for me personally, it was the biggest learning respect to my past relationships. So I was also on a kind of self-exploration, self-development path for some years now, and of course, relationships was one of the topic, and what patterns and programs I was entering in, and the biggest learning from my connection with David is that you really, in a good relationship, you can be yourself at ease and you are accepted for as you are, and you really don't need to kind of prove anything, or yeah, I don't know how to say that.
yeah, you're enough.
Just
You're enough,
yeah,
basically.
exactly. You are good. You are good enough. Exactly. Thank you. It's like you feel really right, and this person appreciates that every day. I can tell you, like David, I wake up with a messy hair and like crap, and he says, "Oh, your hair is so beautiful," and I'm like, "What?" So these
Amazing.
small gestures that he does. Yeah.
It is what it is. It is beautiful. It's beautiful, no matter the time of the day.
That's my biggest learning. That it feels so natural and right when you are in a good relationship. That you don't need to deserve love. The love is granted almost, and then you are building together. Every day.
Yeah. So, what do you think you owe that to, in the sense of meeting the right person? Is it all the work and the healing that you've done, or I don't know, like, is it the right timing? Is it fate? Like, what do you think if we were to discuss that?
I think definitely you you go through different stages in your life, and the level of maturity, the level of your I don't know, you are, I think, increasing in skills in life by experience. I think at the beginning, how I felt in my life, I was very clumsy, very I don't know. I could not interpret it as immaturity by that time, but I now see things with a different perspective. And but and I think you are like more prepared to define what you need in life, what you expect, and how you would like to be, how you would like to live.
Mm.
And yeah, I feel now in the right place at the right moment with the right person. Where it is you.
Thank you. Wow, what a
If you
relief.
were not clear yet, just saying.
and and then yeah. So I think it's a matter of meeting the right person, but also it's a matter of the right moment,
Mm.
and you are also growing as a person with the time, no? And yeah, that is how I feel about it.
What you said, a combination of different elements, because of course, so we both are 43 now, and when you reach that stage of your life, and we were not before in like formal relationships, married, right? Or we don't have kids from previous relationships, so we were in a way lucky from that perspective, that when we met, we didn't have that luggage. No, it's not a good word, luggage, but that experience that would probably add some complexity when you build a new relationship, right? So from that perspective, I think we were also meeting in the right moment, what you mentioned, David. And then I would add the openness, the stage in life you are, and you meet different people, and then it's also a choice with whom you want to stay and with whom you want to build. So yeah, both of us were meeting different people, but we choose each other to continue because it felt so well, and it felt that with this person you want to build something more meaningful. So I think it's a combination of everything. I don't know if the planets have something to do with that, or any higher energy, which I believe in. But yeah,
Yeah.
I think a lot of elements play.
Yes. So, what would you advise actually to anyone dating?
You mean to those who are single, or
Yeah, single and
yeah?
dating, starting, like
Okay.
opening up.
Yeah. Yeah, so my advice to someone who is single and dating, just to relax.
Yes. I
Take
love
it
that.
light, take it easy. Just enjoy life, enjoy the way you live your life, and
Yeah.
honor yourself as you are, and be open. And not every person that you meet while dating has to end up in a lifelong relationship. And I would say it's completely fine, but that curiosity of other person when you are dating, and openness, I think that helps you to also clarify what you like, what you dislike, and you feel that, right? So I would say relax.
I love that. And also, as you said, everything serves a purpose. Like even the ones
Yes.
that you think that, it's not a good date and it was waste of time and stuff. So we're all the time learning and
Yeah.
growing. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Any
Absolutely.
advice from you, David?
I think is maybe to make a small reflection when you are very young. You don't reflect much and you act, but which is also good. It's part of the experience. Think, okay, what do you want at this moment in your life, and honor that, and also make the other person to know where you are, and then I think if you see the things are not going very well, is not anybody's fault. It's not the other part of the relationship's fault, not yours. It's not probably the time or the moment for, or it's not the combination of both that you can create a nice, fruitful space uh, of confidence. And then, okay, it's better to identify this at the beginning and try to continue your path and respect the other's paths as well, and do not try to finish the puzzle with the wrong part. So if it is not fitting, then assume it and then continue your life, because it's very important uh, to get into the happiness stage, and into a peaceful state of living. At least for me, is really really important, and yeah, that is what I will probably try to say. And when you find the person, just go for it, blast it, and pedal to the metal. Yes, yes.
I'm also curious about something else. Like, is there something that you have learned during this time together about love and relationships that you wish you knew before?
Hmm. I'm thinking what I mentioned before a little bit about this, as you are enough. And if you are in a right relationship, the person appreciates as you are. And at the same time helps you grow. And like we said before, also we are our each other's fans. So I feel
Your
very
leader.
supported. And I feel that that I can, celebrate my successes with David. And when it's really, yeah, crap is happening in life, he's there to support me, and vice versa, right? So that kind of relationship was my longing in the past, and that materialized. So also being clear also what you like, what you dislike, where are your boundaries, and what David said, like let know to the other person, because no one is a magician. And when you are young and you are also a bit spoiled by Disney movies, you think that you meet this person and magic happens, and then you don't have to say a word, and the person knows exactly what you want, how you feel, and yeah, what are your dreams, and that should be so natural, right? So yeah, I think we reached the stage that that level of being naive is past since long. So I think it's really important to share how you feel, what you want, what you like, what you dislike, and what's important for you in the relationship.
Yeah, I think I will use a word that you like very much, and which is harmony.
Ah,
Mm,
yes.
yeah, that harmony exists, and it's important to build it. It's, it's very important at least for me, is something that I need a peaceful state of mind to be able to continue and to keep working in your life. That space is really important. Yeah. And this is something that I will tell to my past David, if I could. Try to really make an effort on this, because it is really important for your progression at many different aspects of your life. Yeah, things have to flow naturally, easily. Yeah, that is, yeah. And this ability to listen and to have empathy. The empathy for me hasn't been a thing that I've naturally had in my life. This, when you are in this harmony space, is much easier to recognize it and to acknowledge it. And then, yeah, and then I think it's reciprocal with the other people you are surrounded with.
I think you had it, but you were not aware of it.
Maybe I was not aware of it. Yes, maybe. Yeah. but yeah, I think, but definitely it's being boosted, and I can
Good.
perceive that very much. No.
Lovely. Lovely. And I have a juicy question, because it's funny. I was asking some of my friends, so tell me, what do you want to know from a couple? And I swear, like, everybody wanted to know, like, how do you keep the romance alive? How do you keep the lust for each other alive? So how do you do that?
That's a good question, right?
It's very, very good. Yes.
I'm not sure if we can disclose all our secrets.
Well, some you can keep secret.
But a little bit. I think
mystery, that's probably part of it.
Mystery, exactly. Yes, mystery is part of
absolutely.
it. And
I think it's sometimes it's the ability to surprise, and I think it's a lot about this. So it might look like a sponsor sentence, but every little helps, and it's a lot about small details where you see the other person wants to make you happy, and a lot of details that make you realize you are loved. And it can be many things. It can be how much effort you put to prepare an infusion, or maybe a tortilla de patatas could be as well. And also, I don't know, to bring some madness in your daily basis. Those sort of things make you always intrigued about the other person, how the other person is going to react, and that ability to surprise I find it very exciting, and I think this is something that has a presence in this house.
Very much so. And for me, these are so. I think this, we probably heard about this language of love, right? So.
Yes.
For me, I think I'm a special case. All languages of love are important for me. So the gifts, the words of appreciation, the touch, and all others. So,
the act of service, the quality time.
Yes.
Gifts.
So yeah, all that elements. So we love touching each other, for example, right? And these little gestures every day, like, I don't know, David passes to do a coffee and he touches my hair, or I touch his face, or like these also small things of connection when you look at each other and there is a spark of that connection in small things. Or when he comes back from work, and sometimes I come back earlier, and I'm at home doing some other things, and he arrives and I greet him at the door, and we kiss, and we smile and we ask each other then, how was your day? And we sit on the sofa or we eat something and we exchange what happened during the day. And we have also the habit of eating together breakfast. And over the weekends preparing it together as well. So there are things that build to that romance and that freshness that you see in each other also, and that surprise element that sometimes it's a bath prepared or it's something else, it's like different creative things that we do for each other.
And I think also there is a lot of celebration from day to day things. Okay, so, she gets promoted, celebration.
Finding the special in the mundane.
Yeah, but even you had a very good day at work, or I don't know, small things, you found the way to do a particular step while dancing, or it can be anything. There are so many motives and so many excuses, I would say, to create celebration and celebrate with a bit of champagne, prosecco, a beer, whatever you have in hand. But still, this creates those moments, and some of them can be really, really spontaneous. Like here in Germany, in summer is one of the greatest things that there are a lot of wine festivals, music around. It's very easy to be celebrating life, but it comes from a natural. Okay, we were not preparing this; we were just walking by, and then and it's not only that we do it as a homework; it comes naturally, and I think it's part of the magic as well of being with another person. But also, just if you are not in the mood for some party or whatever, if you think about it, that is gonna bring that romance, and it's gonna cause a lot of spontaneity. And maybe you don't like dancing, but maybe you move one shoulder and it's enough for the other person, or at least you will have a lot of laugh. So naturally life also brings those opportunities.
I think we found what we like, right? And we kind of honor that small thing. So you need to find what is right for you in a couple, right? We like dancing, but maybe someone doesn't, and that's not the best maybe idea to create romance by dancing if you hate it. So finding something that really connects you, and then I think you were saying, David, treat it as if it was from the first time you met the person, right?
Yeah.
So
that's beautiful.
It's like, I really feel that from him, and that when he looks at me, I see that love and desire also as a woman, right? You feel that. So I think that's really something that boosts that romance. And for us, it's dancing, it's Formula One.
A lot.
Traveling together.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, what I'm getting away from this is that, well, definitely it doesn't start in the bedroom, but it's like it's an all day thing. The whole connection and the romance, which is beautiful. And the small details, the attention to the details, it's very important. And knowing exactly what would cheer the other up, and the spontaneity and the laughter and the fun. I think, and to go there, it's because the foundation is so strong, right? And then that you can hold space for each other, and then there is that freedom that we were talking before. So amazing. All that. Yeah. Well, I really, really enjoyed this, and I'm really inspired, actually, and that you're really a model for what a relationship look like. No, I mean it. It's really inspiring.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Igana.
And it's pure joy, actually, to witness this. And I'm so happy that you both found each other, and that you're such a strong couple. So I'm really looking forward to what's next. Thank you for being with us in the Life's Lessons Lounge. Remember, every story has its wisdom. Join us next time for more insights and inspiration. Until then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep sharing your own story.